Hi, this is Mark. Congratulations. You have found this amazingly awesome show. Chances are you're listening to it right now on whether it's iTunes or Stitcher Radio or some other mobile app that allows you to stream this amazingly awesome show to your ear holes. And I can't stress how awesomely amazing this show really is. But did you know that you can also catch the latest episode of this show on the Tangibound Network? That's right. Go check out tangiboundnetwork.com. You can look them up and you can listen to it right there. It's even mobile friendly. What more could you ask for? Which means you can pull it up on your iPhone or your Android, even your Windows phone. Yeah, who has one of those? But still, point remains, you can do it. You can do it. Check it out, tangiboundnetwork.com. Listen to this show, the latest episode, every time. Check it out.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Salty Language presents The Enthusiast.
Welcome to another episode of The Enthusiast. I'm Brian.
This is Tony.
And joining us today is our pal Del, or Del Freaky, if you're nasty, from the Beyond the 140 podcast. And, we talked a lot of good stuff with him. We talked beer, podcasting,
Beer.
a little wrestling, beer, right? What it's like to transition from having two hosts of a show to, going solo, basically.
Right.
He launched out like Beyonce, so,
It's true.
probably not. I don't want to see Del's Lemonade video.
Maybe it's a shandy.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, okay.
So, I can't think of anything else. Anything else?
Brian.
Yeah.
Beer.
Oh, yeah, right, beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a little bit of beer. As we're all passionate about it. So, what are you going to do?
Yes, indeed.
So, without further ado, we hope you enjoyed this episode of The Enthusiasts. Del, thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure, dude. I've been looking forward to talking with you guys since I was yay high.
Right, yeah. We've known each other so long.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
Prophecy has been completed.
Right?
Yay high is about knee high, if anyone cares, because I didn't make any movement whatsoever. You can't see me. This is radio. You know?
Yeah. I whenever I can't see your hands, I always figure they're hovering near your groin. So that's that's just always.
Yeah.
And it's not just you.
True.
That's anybody.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of ball adjustments that need to be done throughout the show.
Sure.
Accurate.
I mean, you're a professional. What are you going to do? Leave yourself in pain where it's all you're thinking about? Then you can't come up with a topic or come on. Obviously
Come up with a new topic. Adjust the balls a little.
Right.
Yeah. And if you don't use your hand, a shoehorn comes in handy. Just saying.
Yeah. Wait. How are you doing that without a hand?
Well, I mean, you're not using your hand directly on the ball.
Okay. I thought maybe you were that flexible. You get your leg up there and you're using a shoehorn. That's like a circus thing that a lot of people might be willing to pay to see.
Okay, one of those classic ones made out of ivory. They're about 3 feet long or whatever.
Not ivory. Come on. Let's have some conscience here. Yeah. Jeez.
Fine.
It's just white
rhino horn.
Right.
White plastic is what it was.
Yeah.
You're a Raj, man. That guy, you traded all your money for ivory and it was white plastic. Sorry.
Just soap. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, man. I've got a fortune.
Gravy bath.
Yeah. Do you mind if I use your vase there to bathe with?
I found all this ivory at the dollar store, guys. I'm going to be rich.
Or maybe you take all the ivory and just throw it on the counter there and you just start yelling at the clerk. How could you? How could you? So,
Right.
You animal.
Sadness in elephant's eyes,
Yeah.
man. It's just
I'm calling the police on you.
all right.
Such an awful person. Well, what are you going to do, right?
I love it.
I'm holding myself back, guys. I don't know when to stop because I'm
Oh,
holding
no, it's
myself
fine.
back. I'm waiting for y'all to like
It's fine,
run
it's fine.
something so I can hit it.
No. So,
And
well, let's start with some
I'll keep
structure.
going, though. I don't want to keep going.
No, that's fine. Let's start with
Yes,
some
let's start
structure,
with that.
and then we'll just let it derail itself, much in the style you're used to, and much in the style we're used to. So,
Yeah, it's kind of what we do.
yeah.
I accept terms.
So, how? I guess a little bit about. Tell us a little bit about, or how you would describe BT-140 to people.
BT-140. Okay, now the name is Beyond the 140, and for those that are not familiar with Twitter, they'd say, "What the hell is that?" Okay, so 140 characters per tweet is what that is, and we're going beyond the timelines of some of your favorite tweeters. This is what I say all the time. So, I reach out and I find some funny tweeters and I bring them on the show. So people that enjoy what they do on Twitter can get almost like a little behind the scenes, right? They want to know a little bit more about them. And that's what it's all about. I get to meet the people I enjoy, and the people out there get to enjoy it too, hopefully.
Right. And while you're doing the show, I've talked about it on our podcast, like when I was on there and stuff, about how, there's the chat room going on also, which is its whole other beast during the show, because generally everyone in the chat room is heckling and just having a time, and and commenting on everything being said in the show.
Yes, that is definitely there's more than one draw to come watch the show live. Of course, you get to see the video of me, but nobody cares about that. The guest, and then the guest co-host,
Right?
Which is also different every week. The guest co-host is always someone who have had on the show before. So there it is, 3 videos of the people on, and you get to watch the video and be in the chat room, and that takes you back to the old AOL days, chat room days. When you're just bullshitting, ASL, age, sex, location, shit like that.
Hey, yeah, Rawr.
All right.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
And it's great too, because it's it's fun to do the show, it's fun to co-host the show, and it's fun to be in the chat rooms. As I've done all 3 of these things, so
Man,
yeah.
MVP over here.
I'm
who could
really
ask for
not.
anything more.
I'm really
Yeah,
not.
that's pretty awesome.
But it's just, I can talk that it's fun to do on all angles of it, which is why I've been listening and joining in for a while now. I don't even know how long, but a while now.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
What's crazy is it's been on for over 4 years. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
But in December, my co-host for 3 years, Joey, JC Wisdom Nuggets at the time on Twitter, he was with me for the first 3 years. He left in December, and this 2016, I did it all by myself.
Yeah.
And I just decided to have guest co-hosts, and I just went through it, man. It was a whole different world for me, because he was taking care of all the editing and some of the background stuff, and then taking it all by myself and maintaining a website and promoting everything. All me, man.
Yeah.
One man show.
Yeah, because even though you've got the co-host helping you each week with the show, that's where that ends. When the show's over, that's it for them. I mean, other than maybe retweets and stuff, but they're not editing or doing all this other stuff to where like Tony and I, he does certain things, I do certain things, so that and I know you and Joey did the same thing. So it was I remember when Joey left, because I was like, ooh, I wonder because to do these kind of shows by yourself can be really daunting. I'm sure. So
Yeah, it is, man. It definitely takes up some time. I mean, if you care about it. Now, there's some that don't care,
right,
and they'll get on. They don't care about the sound quality. They don't care about what they're going to talk about. There's no preparation. The guys who come on the show, and it'll be like maybe the first time they've ever had any interaction whatsoever, and you can tell.
Yeah,
and that is not the way I want to do it. That's for sure.
That's one of the things I love about watching it live too. Is that with the live aspect of what you do, you don't know what you're going to walk into. Like, these people a little bit for the most part before, because we're in the, DM rooms, or, them through Twitter or whatever. But even then, you don't know, those people might be hilarious in those situations, but you put them on camera and all of a sudden it's a different story, or somebody's not really a talker. I know, that's happened a few times, and we've had it with when we've done some of these, to where sometimes you got to kind of drag them along a little bit, and then they're okay.
Man.
Yeah, eventually they open up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they're drinking and open up. If not, you get those one-word answers or responses, and you're just like, okay, so let's move on. You got to fill it in. You don't want any dead air, But that's something that's a little bit different there, because I'm doing, since it's a live show, I can't just stop it and be like, all right, that's not working. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
And we're just going and going.
Right.
And that's an hour. So it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, right, wrong, and different. Problems with connections. I mean, I've seen you have to deal with all sorts of stuff over the times, and I always feel bad because I understand it. Like from the other side of it.
Yeah, and
go ahead, Del. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Yeah, exactly right, man. Now, those who do a show will understand exactly what I'm going through, and the pain in my eyes, man, as I'm trying to all back together. And others will be like, "Oh, geez, what's this, man? Come on, this show sucks. I can't even hear them or this," and they don't understand exactly.
Yeah, sure.
That it's all said and done, and I have a report. I'm able to do a little bit of editing, them the playback that they were looking for.
Right. And I will say this: there's been a bunch of times.
Initially, oh gosh,
right,
not always easy.
Oh yeah, not at all. I know there's been a few times where you've done like a show and there's just been issues with Skype or whatever all through it, and then I'll listen the next day to that playback, and the playback sounds fantastic. And it's like all these people when they gripe sometimes, and it's just like, hey, give it a chance, It's like it's not always going to be perfect, unfortunately. I mean, hell, we did our regular show a little bit ago, and we stopped 4 times because Skype kept being a mess for us.
Yeah, Skype was a dirty little whore.
Whereas you got to work through that,
Yes. Oh man, that's tough. I've had a couple of times, about this, a couple of times where I did the show and for some reason it didn't record.
Yeah.
And then I did the show right over again, back to back. And I got my recording to put it out for everybody the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, twice it's happened, but twice in 4 years, not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
That's a good ratio, really.
Yeah, you're way ahead of us on that because we've probably had it happen, probably about 5 or so times, I think so. Similar time frame.
Went sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not doing it live either.
Right.
Now, are you guys close to each other? Do you live close to each other in the same city or anything? What's going on here?
Yeah.
We're close enough that if we wanted to sit in the same room, we could.
That's what I was curious about. Have you ever done the show like that?
We actually used to.
I mean, just 2 weeks ago, we just did one like that.
Yep. The first, probably the first full 2 years of the show, we did pretty much from my house.
Yeah.
In the place I used to live. So, we just don't do it as much now because it's a little bit easier, that way there's no commute. And plus I don't have a lot of room in the room I'm in right now where I have my stuff set up, and Tony doesn't have a lot of room in the room he's in. So we kind of, just work it out this way.
Now, can you believe that those first 3 years with Joey and I, we never, ever did a show together, and we never met in real life.
That blew my mind.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. People are like, wait a minute, what? How do you have how is that even possible? And we just did. We were just good friends and hit it off. And he was pretty much all the stuff that I wasn't, and that was all the stuff that he wasn't. So that's how it worked.
Yeah. You guys fell into a really good spot because I've heard a lot of podcasts where they try something like that, where people live in different spots and they just don't have that chemistry. And there is something, even Tony and I, we've known each other 30 years. And we, when we do our show, we have just our natural back and forth. But when we're in the same room, there's just, for us at least, it feels
a different energy.
Yeah, it feels different.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know what else added to the chemistry of the show is once we had video and we could see each other and then play off that. Yeah, we also used to do hand signals and everything. Like if I had something to say or on that, I'd maybe raise a finger, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, all right, go ahead, Dale, what you got?" And that's how we knew we had more. A little finger up or something, anything.
Yep,
that video helped a lot.
That's exactly why we use video when we call. Like we usually tell people who are joining us on The Enthusiast that if they don't want to use it, they don't have to, but we do, so that like you just said, if we need to,
throwing gang signs and shit at each other.
Or just flipping each other off, whatever.
Exactly.
Like when we had, when Tate was our third host, you know who Tate is, right? She's Quark Flavored Hadron, I think, on Twitter now, or Dark Matter Wimp.
There we go. I think I know where's that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know about that one.
Okay. But they were both her. But anyway, when she was on, yeah, she was our third host for a while, and I met her through Twitter, and her and I just hit it off like immediately, and then she sent us some bacon jerky, and then we had her on to, plus she used to leave us voicemails for, like, she'd go see a movie and she'd leave us a review. Like, and her reviews were, yeah, and her reviews were like super quick, and they cracked us up. So we were like, hey, join us. And, but we've never met her in person. But she, we had such a blast when she was on there. But she used to flip me off all the time on the camera.
No reason?
She had plenty of reason. But
yeah. She would shoot us lots of judgment.
Yeah. No, there were people who actually listened. I used to get an occasional message from people and ask why her and I were so mean to one another, and we could not have liked each other more, basically. But it was more like that brother sister fighting kind of thing, So
yeah, I got a little of that in some of my DM rooms. When people will say they hate me, but yet in the private DMs we're like the best of friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're good friends. I wouldn't say best of friends, but it's like it's just for fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Del, remember we are recording this, so you don't be careful how far you go.
That's not true. Yeah, best of friends. I would not say that.
Right. It's like I can mildly tolerate them.
Yeah, they know who I'm talking about. Too.
Just mildly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll know who he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
If they listen, they'll know.
Yeah, make them listen.
That's
Bastards
right.
Better listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, have you met a lot of people through your podcast in real life now? Because I'm surprised by the amount of people we've met that we've first initially met online through podcasting. It's weird.
Well, funny you should say that, because one of the first years we decided to put a little BT140 tweet up together, and it happened in Vegas, and there was a group of us that all got together from all over, people from Canada, from the East Coast, and all were coming over, and we all hung out in Vegas together, and that was pretty fun. Then the following year we did it in New Orleans. Then after that, a little one in Austin, and then this year it's supposed to be in L.A. in April, end of April. So I mean, through that, those are the only tweet ups I've ever been to. But I get to meet some of the people that I hang out with all the time on Twitter.
Yeah,
right.
Fun, man.
Yeah, well, and I know, like, you've met people that
it's weird, isn't it?
You interacted with a lot on Twitter, like at some of those, which is the coolest part. You're not. Yeah. I mean, you're not just meeting like random person that you're like, what's your ad again? Oh yeah, you're like, these are people that you're talking to like every day, just about. It's cool to
every day. Yeah. And that was weird too, because when I finally did get to meet them, it wasn't just like oh hey, what's up, man? No, it was like, dude, or whatever. Oh my, hugs and everything, and just, it's like, God, man, it's been awesome, and finally, and then there's no awkwardness. At least there wasn't with me.
Right. We
just hit it off, and then we just went on to have some fun, some drinks, went out and all that, and it was just a good time, man. It was fun, and I've had nothing but positive experiences with these tweet ups.
That's one of the things I really loved about it. It's one of the things that's always drawn me to and kept me around the the BT140 group and the show and stuff, is how many people I've formed friendships with. Like, not just people that, you occasionally see them in a room or whatever, and you're like, oh, hey, you. It's like, you kind of, you don't talk to them for a couple of days. Sometimes you'll send them a message and, hey, everything okay? Like that kind of level stuff, and
you actually care.
Yeah. And it's weird because when I first started listening to BT140, it was a whole different crop of people for the most part. There were a couple that are still there, but there's been a whole, like I'm like old guard now with this group. Like
true.
Like me and Heller, and there's a couple others, Mayor, they've been there a long time, but a lot of them are newer to the whole thing, which is awesome, because, it's great that people will, come and go, that's going to happen with podcasts and stuff. So it's,
right.
But then also, like you said, we said, to form friendships and bonds with some of these people has been really awesome, you know, and I've had some great talks with some of the people that I've met through there. So,
and now, funny you should mention that again about that, because I was just talking to someone about this recently, where you end up almost having like a circle of friends, you know, and then they know people, you know them too, and then that's almost where I'm getting my guests from in like maybe the past couple of weeks. So you're staying within the circle, but sometimes you need to go outside the circle to reach more listeners. If not, you're not gonna grow really, and it's not. I don't really pay attention to that too much, but I have noticed it though. I need to kind of like reach out though. But then you have the problem where people will be like, "Oh, who's that? I don't know who that's going to be in the show. No, I'm not going to listen."
Yeah.
And that kind of like, it's like, you need to listen. That there's a reason this person's on the show.
Right.
Let me introduce you to them. You know.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
fun. And so they're missing out, in my opinion.
Well, I agree, because I've seen some of the people you've had on there that I don't know real well, and I'll listen and I'll be like, wow, you know, you learn so much. Or even ones like this past week, you had a guy named Eddie on there, and I've been talking with Eddie off and on, not like super in depth or anything, but I've been around him a long time, and I learned so much about him this past week. You know, it's
awesome.
It's
yeah.
crazy. You know,
I was playing pretty much the dumb guy on there, and all people were wondering, like, what the hell? What kind of question is that? It's like, well, I mean, because people have thought this, but they never were going to ask, so I put it out there, and next thing you know, like you said, they learned so much about him, and we truly went beyond the 140.
Well, sure.
Wow,
none of us knew he was born in Japan. You know, like that's just one thing right there, and you're just like, what? you know, like blew a lot of our minds. So you know, that's my favorite part, is learning that kind of stuff about people. You know, and like I said, I love people watching, and you know, your show feels like a great way to people watch. You know, like you can get tendencies and learn things from people about who they are, and sometimes it adds to who you already knew. You know, and then you learn that little extra, and you're like, oh, you know, that's some of this stuff makes some more sense.
Yeah, putting a voice to their tweets sometimes is awesome too. It's like, wow, they have a real, like, maybe Southern accent. And you're like, well, now I'm going to hear that their tweets like that. It's
right.
Like, oh, let me tell you something. It's like, holy shit, they talk like that? You know, they had no idea.
Right, or you know, or the opposite, which would be like somebody like, well, you, for example, you know, you're from Texas, so you know, a lot of people expect you to come on with, you know, a bunch of twang or whatever, and you don't really have. Occasionally, it'll come out, but
depending on the guest too, if they're like that, then I start leaning towards that way, and it
starts coming out a little.
And I tell you what, it starts coming out, but then. But normally I don't. I'm talking. This is the way I talk. This is how I always talk. People think that I'm doing like a radio voice, but no, this is how I talk. And if I wanted to, just like you guys could, if you wanted to, you can change that. Hey guys, that's right. We could do that. You know, you can do that crazy morning radio voice. That's not what we do.
No,
that's not what we do.
And it's exhausting.
We could.
Yeah,
it is exhausting.
Right.
God.
Well, it's
regular voice is more interesting anyway.
Oh, for
opinion.
sure. I mean, I do one thing when we talk, which is I try to project it kind of like one level up of my normal talking voice.
Okay.
And it's because my voice it records better that way. Because when I do that, there seems to be a little more bass in my voice. So it's more even with Tony's voice when I do that. If I drop it down to where I kind of normally talk, it doesn't pick up as well, and it makes it sound like he's way louder than me. So
and Tony, you don't have to do anything. Just keep your voice the same, because every time I listen, my panties just fall off, man.
You know, so do.
There's another guy that loves your voice, Tony.
I know.
Oh, it's a good voice, man. But
I got a whole hash mark thing on over it.
Well, what's funny is that, like as I was saying, that just talking normal, like even at work, if I answer the phone, and it's funny, the people are like, "Oh my God, have you ever thought about being on the radio?" Or like, no, I've never thought about that. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a studio at home or nothing.
No. Yeah.
That's awesome,
right? Oh man. So, did you do any other podcasting before BT140, or is that like your first go at it?
No, it all started back in the day.
Yeah.
It all started with me. Okay, so let me tell you a story. I've told the story before, And so some may not know, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay.
Really quick, let me interrupt you really quick because
ahead.
people who are listening can't see this. It's great that as you're talking about back in the day and all this, you're stroking your beard.
Yeah. Well, I just, if you didn't see this, you can't see it.
Right.
No, I was drinking my beer and I went all the way back and a little bit got in my beer, so I was wiping it off.
I thought you were doing it for a wisdom. Yeah, okay.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
let me think about that. Yeah, I was, but that's funny. Okay, so it all started on Twitter. I had maybe 1,000 followers or something like that, and me and this other tweeter, we decided to use a thing called Audio Boo. Did y'all ever hear about that?
I know
Audio
of
Boo?
it, yeah.
Okay, so it basically Audio Boo was a place where you can record like maybe I think up to 2 minutes of audio at a time.
Mm.
And so we started challenging each other, this tweeter and I, and be like, hey, tell me about the time your bike got stolen. And we'd tell like a quick little story in 2 minutes. Oh, yeah, this, that. And Joey, who was my co-host, came along and heard these and said, my God, these are awesome. Oh man, I love it. This is great. I want to do a show where we read all the tweets that didn't get any love, all the tweets that were funny but just got overlooked. And him and this other girl started the show, and they called the show Giggle Talk. That was the girl naming it, and that was Joey going, okay.
I don't know. I could see Joey naming something Giggle Talk. That seems like him.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. That Joey, yeah. I'm sure he was like, okay, yeah, that's nice. Instead of like, see how we all reacted?
Yeah. He's crossing it off in his dream journal.
I felt my testicles receding into my body.
Well, there's more to that. Okay, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm sorry about this, but I got to tell this story real fast.
That's fine.
Okay, so Giggle Talk. All right, him and this girl, they do a few. They're like, all right, we're gonna do a show tonight, and then they got me on as their very first guest. It was a 30-minute show back then. I came on, and they're like, oh, hey, it's glad to have you on all that. And Joey and I noticed immediately that we had like a little back and forth on the show that was fun. And we're like, wow, maybe this is the way it should be. And he talked to me and said, someday we got to record something together. And I said, yeah, let's do a show. He was like, what? I said, well, like you're doing now, but without her.
Nice.
And he's such a nice guy. He's like, I can't do that. I can't. No. But luckily, this girl was just, I'll say it. I don't care. She was like a flake. She was like, she found a boyfriend and then kind of like disappeared. And he's like, well, you want to do this? And I'm like, yes, one condition. Let's change the name of the fucking show.
Just picturing a headstone of Giggle Talk on
Yeah.
it.
Exactly, right? So honestly, it took just a few little like, all right, what about this? What about that? And I give credit to Joey. He said, yeah, maybe we can go like beyond their timeline, beyond their 140. And I'm like, boom, that. And he's like, what? I caught it when he said it, beyond the 140.
Yeah,
and that's
it's
where
perfect.
It was born.
Yep. It really is
love it.
perfect because it is exactly what you do on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's how it all started. So then it was me coming in as a guest, and then eventually helping him out with a guest that he had scheduled, and she wasn't going to show up. He's like, dude, you want to help me out? I'm like, yes, let's do it right now. And I jumped on and kept going.
Nice.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
That's right. I love it. Good
Nice.
times.
That's good times. Huh. That's really interesting. So I'm kind of going to shift gears here a little bit here because we talked about that. We'll probably come back to the podcasting and stuff as we go because, something we all have in common and whatnot. But something else we all have in common is that we all enjoy the craft beers, sir.
Now, that opened up another one, yes.
And I know you are much like I am because Tony was into this well before I was. And, I was very much like, I'm drinking ales and lagers and this kind of stuff. And
I'll stick with this piss.
Yeah, and then finally, he slapped me around enough and was like, you need to drink this real stuff. So, what got you started on craft beer?
What's funny is I remember drinking, like you said, the piss for so long. I mean, you're young and you go, let's go buy some beer, so you buy Budweiser or Bud Light, you buy some Corona or something. You don't know any better.
You're just looking to alter your reality a little bit.
You're looking to get drunk, and you drink that. I mean, it's even even now, I remember my reaction when I would drink one of those. I'd be like, "Oh," but you just keep going, and then finally they're going down easier. Next thing you know, you're buzzing or you're drunk, and that's what you're looking for. But now I'm looking for a good taste, good flavor. Just I mean, you actually look forward to drinking a beer. I mean, never before drinking craft beer did I ever crave a beer. I would come home and be like, man, I sure would like a beer. I never did that with Budweiser or Miller Lite. You never craved those.
Right.
It would be like, you want a beer? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
But now you're like, oh, man, I want one of those. Oh, you look on the shelf, oh, damn, they got this. You get excited.
Yeah.
Because this is what it's all about. Now, how did I get started in it? Damn it. I honestly, I think maybe it was going to one of these restaurants, like this pizza place that I always go to, where they have like every week there's different beers on tap. They had a whole bunch in the freezers, in the little refrigerator section, So each time I said, I'm going to try something different each time. And I found that I really enjoyed IPAs, and I found that, and I would try something new. And I still go there every weekend. I'm going tomorrow. I drink a different beer every time I go.
Right.
Well, more than that, different beers every time I go. And I just fell into it, and I will never look back. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. We basically did the same thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Like wherever we go, we tend to sample stuff. Like when it's like me, Tony, his wife, and our friend T, we'll go into a place or even them. I know they do it too, but it's like, just order flights to where we cover almost every beer on the taps so that we can all try all the beer basically,
Yeah, that's actually my wife's favorite line.
Yeah.
We'll have a flight of everything.
Of everything.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know what I did find, guys? You all do, I said y'all. You see, there's a little bit of Southern.
All right.
I'm all y'all.
Listen, Del, I say y'all, so,
Okay, cool. All right, it's acceptable here. All right.
Sure.
Sometimes people make fun of me for that.
Nah.
All right, so you guys know about all these beer festivals. Now, I haven't been to many beer festivals. I went to one. It was called America on Tap or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there, and they gave you the little glass. You walk around with it, and you're just trying different. It's great. You're able to try all these different ones, but I was not used to that.
Yeah.
Usually when I buy my beers, I'll buy maybe at most 3 different ones.
Okay.
And then at that night I'll drink maybe a 2 of one, maybe one of the other, and all that, and just kind of like just taste it. But when you're there and you're drinking teens, you're in the teens, maybe 20, who knows? You're drinking a whole bunch of beers. It's like I don't get to really appreciate them as I would have liked.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
The longer in the day,
for sure.
Yeah, the further in the day it is, it's harder because your palate kind of gets blown from all because there's a lot of really robust beers, especially depending on which of the beer fests you go to, like what time of year it is. You get those real heavy beers and they just coat your tongue pretty much. So,
Plus, you hit a point when you're so buzzed and you walk up and you're like, oh, they have a 14% beer. I need to go talk to the devil tonight.
Right.
And try that.
Or you walk into a beer fest when it's like 85 degrees and you're like, give me that 12%er. That's a good place to start.
Yeah. In the beginning, it's great because you're trying all, but as the beer fest goes on, and you're just drinking to drink at some point.
Yeah.
You go back, and then you end up finding one you like. You want more of that, but you're like, do I go back and another one of those, or do I go try something new?
And I'll be honest, I've done it at a couple of the beer fests where I'll try one, like because I love Scotch ales. It's one of my favorite things.
I love Scotch ales.
So at one of them, I forgot what it was. It was one when it was in Toledo here. I can't remember which Scotch ale it was, and I drank it. I was like, oh, man, I love that. And I went back immediately and got back in line for another pour of it,
sure.
Which a lot of times, like you said, most of the time we don't do that. We just move on or whatever. But I liked it so much that I was like, I just want more of this right now.
Or do you find yourself going to the breweries that are usually a little more expensive, like clown shoes? Usually you're going to pay a little extra for some clown shoes. So you just got into that line many times. I was like, let's get some more of that. Let me try a little bit more, because
for sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and we do the opposite a little bit too. I've noticed at some of the beer fests, like Founders is available pretty much everywhere. But we're in Founders' home state, so Founders, Bell's, ones like that. I've noticed that we'll usually go try something there, but a lot of times we tend to not stay there very long. We tend to move to breweries that are further away from us, or we don't get their beers as readily here.
Or never heard of, even.
Or never heard of,
Yeah.
Because Founders, pretty much everything they have at the beer fest, not everything, but close to it, we could, if we really wanted to, we could drive right up to Founders. It's 3.5 hours. We could go to the brewery, you know.
Those occasionally they break out special stuff just for the fest. Like, here's this cask that we're doing here, and that's it. But
boy, the lines for those. Whew.
Yeah,
I bet, man.
Yeah.
I like Founders Scotch Ale. Is it Dirty Bastard? Is that what it is? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that right? That's a good one. Is it?
Yeah.
It's not Filthy Bastard, is it? Is it Dirty Bastard or Filthy Bastard?
No,
Dirty Bastard.
It's Dirty Bastard, and they also have a Backwoods Bastard.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the Filthy Bastard. That's probably what I was thinking. That's what, the Filthy Bastard drinking Dirty Bastard.
Yes.
So if you can get your hands on some Backwoods Bastard, that's because it's a bourbon barrel aged Dirty Bastard.
Good stuff.
So good.
What's the ABV on that, man?
I don't even know.
I think it's around 10.
So I was thinking 10 too.
Yeah.
So
that's what I've noticed about a lot of the Scotch ales is most of them are somewhere around like 8 to 10. You know, I had one time that was like 4.5 though, but man, I could drink it all day. It tasted great. Yeah.
Oh, that's like the what is it the stuff you like? Was it the all day
IPA? Yep.
Yeah.
That's an
all like
boat beer,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
like 4.2 or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
but that's an IPA that you can drink all day without getting crazy.
Yeah,
so.
Not fall off the goddamn dock or something.
It's so true.
And that's another thing people don't understand, man. All these guys that are there, it's so funny, man. I'll go to the grocery store here and I'll see them buying like 2 cases of Michelob Ultra. And they're walking out with it, and I'm like, oh god. And they're like, oh yeah, this is good for us because you see that they're low calories on it, but you're going to drink 2 cases of it, man.
Yeah.
Why not just buy a 6-pack of some good stuff and you get the same buzz?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
No sense, man.
I agree with you. That is one thing. I mean, you certainly have to. You almost can't drink as many unless you really start building your tolerance and stuff up, because just the calorie content in a lot of the craft beers is prohibitive to drink a lot of them. You know. Yeah. They're certainly not for people on diets, No.
Honestly, I try not to drink every day. I really don't. I mean, of course, I always drink at the show, and then I'll on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and everything. So maybe I'll take off. I'll take off Monday. I'll take off Wednesday, Thursday, maybe.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
maybe
listen,
2 days I don't drink.
That's okay. You said you try not to drink every day. So if there's 2 that you don't drink, you're hitting the mark.
I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
I'm doing all right.
Need a couple rest days, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, I think there's kind of a difference in the way you look at it, though, too. To me, anyway, which is like you said, when you're talking about those days when we used to get like the 30 packs of Bud Light or whatever, you're going to drink most of them in one sitting. You're going to probably put half that case down. If you're putting any drinking in, it's not hard to do. And so. You're drinking to get drunk. So if you're drinking every day, you're probably not having a beer or 2 or 3, and with the craft beers, like when we do, or when you do the show, I usually drink 2 to 3 beers as I'm watching it, or if I'm jumping on for the after party, I'll usually within that time frame of the 2 hours, I'll have 2 or 3 beers.
That's exactly right, man. Yeah,
and that's pretty much it. I'm not drunk. I'm not really buzzed at that point, but I enjoy the taste of them. So, it's like if you do that every day, aside from, like, especially if you're not, as long as you're being responsible and not driving and those kind of things, like, I don't see it as any worse than drinking, Coke or, coffee or whatever else. It's like, you're drinking something you really like,
That's, odds are if you go spend $16-17 on a 4-pack and it's high ABV, you're not going to whack that down in one night.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that's
when they put out,
it seems like a waste at some point almost.
Like when Dark Horse put out that bourbon barrel aged Scotty Karate, which is their Scotch ale, which so good. And
I haven't had that.
It was so good, and it's the thing is, it's like, God, what was it for was it a 4-pack? Was like $17 or something like that?
Yeah, it's like that. What is it? The Devil Dancer. I've been wanting to have that. And
it's so good.
It's so good.
Hey, Del,
damn it.
Real quick, Del, when Tony referenced Dancing with the Devil a little bit ago, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. That's what happens to me usually. I'm usually super drunk, and I'm like, I should get a Devil Dancer. Great idea.
I every time I go, you see, now here's the thing. Since I have not, I guess, been drinking craft beers for so long, there's still so much to try. So I can go to this liquor store and see tons of stuff I haven't tried. Yeah. So if I grab that 4-pack for $20, I'm like, put that back. Let me get 2 6-packs of these instead, And so Eventually,
Well,
I'll get it.
Like I
I
think
got to
that,
ask you this: are you an Untapped user?
Yeah.
Okay, so now when you're in the beer store and you're picking out beer, do you go and you pull up Untapped real quick? Oh yeah, I have had that. So you buy something else.
Of course, man.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. That's me, man. And then not only do I do that, it's a good way to also look up their ABV, to look
Yeah.
up what other people are thinking. You're like, okay,
Yep.
so high rating, yeah, man, absolutely. I do it all the time.
right. Well, it's
Like goddamn Pokemon, you got to get every goddamn
Right.
beer out there. Jesus Christ.
so true.
I love that.
So true.
Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes it sucks being a craft brew drinker.
Right.
I would
Listen, the only
I
thing,
recommend everybody.
yeah, the only downside I have to it is the cost. That's it.
Yeah.
If it was cheaper, it'd be a problem. But if craft beers cost
Yeah.
what like Bud Light costs, oh my god,
Yeah, that would be something.
I would be hammered on Scotch ale like year round. So
And,
yeah,
and the thing I tell people too is like with the American craft brew now, it's like if you say you don't like beer, I guarantee I could find you a beer that you will like.
it's probably
Yes,
true.
That's what I say. Damn, Tony, I've said the same thing to
Yep.
people. And also, my friends would really, oh, yeah, we went out drinking last night, or we had a barbecue, we drank last night. I always ask them, what'd you drink? I'm just curious. And they're like, oh, we got like a 12-pack of like, Miller Lite. And I'm like, oh, God. And I'm like, just try it.
Yeah.
I always tell them, I try to bring them to that place I go. I said, come have some pizza with me, man. We're going
Yeah, right?
I'll introduce you to some new beers, man, and you will thank me.
Yeah.
Let me find something for you.
Yeah.
I
Well,
promise you.
especially if the places have a flight of some sort,
yeah.
because you can be like, hey, here's some beers that, or they can tell the person working there, this is the beer I like, and then try to find beers that fit the profile, because that's been the best way that we've found to bring people to beer that aren't really beer drinkers is, well, what do
Right.
you like? And once you do that, okay, like Tony, his wife, when she didn't used to drink beer, now she probably drinks more beer than any of us. I mean,
That's accurate.
she might like beer more than us. Even it's a tough, it's a tough call.
I tried to get her to drink beer for a long time. She wanted nothing to do with it. And then finally, like, well, you love coffee. Try this.
Yeah.
And then it was game on.
Yeah. Now I want all the beers. Yeah. And I don't mean that in any sort of an alcoholic way. I just mean it in a,
No.
Yeah.
it's just
She
she's
just enjoys
Yeah.
drinking beer.
yeah. And it is
That's
great
what I
too.
love
Like
that.
the group we hang with, we're all open to try pretty much anything we can try.
Yeah.
And I say that having
Talk about beers, or what else you talking about? Like swinging? What are you
no,
doing
no,
here?
just the beers. Listen, Del.
Depends on how many beers we have.
I was going to say some of those
Right.
some of those beers are high
That's what the
ABV.
Pale Moonlight? What do you
Yeah.
gotta do here? What's going on here?
Beer fest get crazy, Del. What can I say?
Oh.
No.
I mean, the last weirdest beer ever I had, because I love asking people to drink craft beer, what's the strangest beer, was I had a sushi beer.
Oh, jeez.
Man, that doesn't
Hold
even
on.
sound right.
It sounded terrible, and I'm like, I have to try it.
Okay.
And it was like, when you first drank it, it was like cucumber, right?
Okay.
And then it ended with like ginger.
oh,
so it didn't-
that still doesn't work for me.
Nope.
It didn't taste like fish. It was like the
Okay.
like
Well, that's good.
sushi accoutrement.
Oh,
Wow.
It was oddly delicious.
well, I'll say this:
Huh.
like one of my favorite things is when we go to the beer fest is to look at the list of the beers and find to find the really weird stuff, because that's really where the brewmasters are being really artsy.
Yep.
That's them
where I
being
had it with the beer
yeah,
fest, was the
yeah.
sushi beer.
That's them being
Okay.
really experimental. So it's fun to try some of those. Like we tried hot dog beer
Hot dog beer.
at one, and
Now,
I'm not
hot
going to
dog
lie.
water's good, but
I'm-
hot dog beer. I
No,
don't know.
Del, I'm telling you, it tasted like hot dog water.
Oh man.
But on the flip side, we had a pig's head porter, which was brewed of pig's heads,
so
and it was
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or that garlic bread beer
Okay,
we
yeah.
had tasted just like garlic bread.
Barbecue.
Be honest with this here. I got to know, what is your opinion on Dragon's Milk? Now, people always talk about it as being one of the greatest things. I mean, have you had it? Do you know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
talking
definitely. Yeah, we've
Oh,
definitely had it.
That's Michigan beer.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You're both a fan?
Mhm.
I didn't care for it. After all that, I was so excited. I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
finally I get in line. I'm like, yeah, here it is. And I'm like, not exactly what I had in mind. It wasn't the kind of beer for me.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know. It's sad because I was so excited about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's what's great about it though, is there's so many beers. Okay, you didn't like
Yeah.
this one. Oh, there's a billion other ones.
Next, right? That'd be great if I could just sit down. They bring the beers to me instead of going anywhere. Next.
You're right.
Little conveyor belt.
That would be
around.
great because then you don't have to worry about losing your legs through the day. You know.
True.
Yeah.
I like that. Maybe just all rent a bunch of rascals and drive around.
We talked about that. We joked about that at I think it was the Detroit Beer Fest, wasn't it, Tony?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because concrete.
It'd end up in a game of bumper cars about a couple hours into it, man.
If we're lucky.
Jousting.
I was going to say, if we're lucky, it'll end as bumper cars.
Yeah.
Most likely it'll end in arrests.
You just get home and you have little track marks across your back and
Yeah.
get run over and all.
Must have been a good day.
I don't know.
Well, it's a good day. That's what that is.
So you just need to coordinate one of your, BT 140 tweet ups at the same time as Detroit Beer Fest.
Whoa, man, that would be something. That would be something. Yeah. Now this last one, well, actually, it wasn't really a big tweet up though, but a little get together we did in Austin, and we said, all right, I want to go to. It was Oscar Blues had just opened up, so I wanted to go see their tap room and all that. And then everybody that was there said, hey, we'll go with you. So a group of us just all went to the tap room for Oscar Blues, and that was fun. So I was like, all right, so everywhere I go now, I'm going to try to visit a different brewery, so that'll be fun. So hopefully I can catch one in LA. I don't know which one to go to yet though.
Yeah,
I'm super guilty of going, we're going here on vacation. Let me immediately pull up breweries
Yes.
and figure out where we're going.
That's
Yep.
a good idea.
I think all like that's what most of us do is that you start being curious about this. I mean, hell, we went to a beer fest in Grand Rapids and then we're like, well, since we're here, and we hit a bunch of breweries while we were
should
there
go
too,
brewery hopping.
Love it,
which
man.
was a
That's
great idea. Yeah,
It was a great idea.
although it was busy because Beer Fest that weekend, but still
There's so many breweries there. Yeah.
within walking distance almost of each other, or at least Uber distance.
Yeah.
So
Once again, you need that rascal. I'm telling you.
yeah,
You are correct.
that'd be
A little
great.
convoy of rascals, man.
Yeah.
Just a caravan.
Love it, man.
Or one of
Good
those
idea.
big like golf carts, and someone's sober to drive because it's probably so no one gets arrested.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Well, I guess they just have buses that take people around, but that's not as fun.
They do,
No.
right? Yeah.
That's way too official.
Yeah.
A guy in a vest. Who needs that?
Yeah. Well, plus on the bus, I feel like I kind of need to behave myself. On a golf cart, nah, it's all bets are off.
You haven't been on the right buses, right?
Yeah, I guess not. I haven't.
It was a party bus, man.
Yeah.
We got on a party bus in Vegas that was taking us from one place to another, and it was just, you get on, the music's real loud. They had a pole in the middle there, which you're supposed to hold on to, but it ended up being a stripper pole. Is what
Sure,
it was.
of course.
Sure. We all know it, Del. You can't resist a pole like that,
It's true, man.
Yeah.
I go climb all the way to the top, and then I grab it with my butt cheeks and I slide down. That's my move. That's my move.
It makes that
good
like
move.
rubbing your hand on plastic sound.
Actually, it kind of sounds like someone's like doing animals with balloons. As I'm going down the pole, that's what it sounds like.
Wow, it's a good thing the music was loud. That way they can't really hear that because
Yeah.
that seems off-putting.
Nobody heard it. If you go a little faster, I spit in my crack, and it just slides down faster. It's good.
Now you spit over your shoulder into it, right? That way it's like a trick.
Who knows? We don't have to be accurate here. Just,
Skyhook.
That's fair. You're right.
just imagine spit being in my crack. Okay, that's all I'm trying to get you to do.
I don't really want to, but I kind of do. So
It's there now. It's there
It's
now.
there, yeah.
The
The
image is.
spit or the image?
That's true. Well, a little bit of both.
that's
a
how
little bit of both.
that's how he pre-games, Tony.
I like.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it moist.
Well, it's important, while you're sitting there, you don't want to dry out. So
This is true. There's nothing worse.
Yeah, I like to keep a little bottle with some water and just spray it from time to time. Just a little mist it up, just keep
Sure,
it moist
sure.
there.
that's got to be a great look in public,
It's like taking care of
Yeah.
a fern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good looking pub because I wear nothing but gray sweatpants without underwear. So
Sure.
people just see a nice little wet crack right in the middle.
Naturally.
And I make sure to buy the sweatpants 2 sizes too small.
Well, of course.
That's the
Yeah.
way to do it, man.
Well,
Naturally.
we are big proponents on tight slacks on this show, so that fits under the rules. So
Are sweats considered slacks?
I said it fits under the rules.
My mind keeps working, guys. I'm sorry. So I'm going on with this. So I'm wearing the tight
Yeah.
sweatpants, and in the front you see my full package. But to make sure you don't miss it, I get a black Sharpie and I outline my penis on the front there. So just so you know exactly where it is. That's
True.
Well, then you can also make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. You know, like if you're like,
Yeah,
I'm a little uncomfortable, be like, oh, here's why. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, everything's out of place.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's why. That's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just like
And you
a
don't
wear
know-
mark in the sweats from, like, you know, when you have jeans in your wallet, there's like that rectangle in your pocket after a while. It's like that in your sweatpants.
Just for your junk.
Yeah.
And you don't want to trace it exactly. Always go trace it a little bit extra. Give yourself a little bit more. Why not? You know?
Yeah, make the ladies wonder.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. And do a weird shape on the end or something, you know?
Yeah.
And like make it look like a key at the end or something.
Sure.
You're like, why is the head of his penis look like a key?
Yeah.
What's that? It's like, hey, you got the lock, I got the key, baby.
You ever play Kingdom Hearts?
I'm sure that pickup line will work all the time.
Oh
You
man.
You
When is-
betcha.
Yeah. Ladies love it when they think they're going to get a misshapen penis.
Definitely.
I see it all the time in the DM rooms. They're always like, "God, I'm so glad I got pictures of this really oddly shaped thing." All the time. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Any guy listening, if you have a really weird wang, make sure you send it to everyone. You know?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps it got mangled by a cat or something. You know, women love that.
Right. Especially to Lord Goomba.
Oh, he loves any
Loves
picture
nudes.
of penises and any penis pictures.
Yeah.
Send to
Any
at obscure gents.
yeah, any nudes at all, please forward them to him. The worse, the better.
Yes, I think he pays good money for that or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's money involved, but there could be.
Oh,
Just
whatever
saying.
you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know anything about these pornographies. So
Yeah,
I'm,
he does that.
yeah, we're all chased.
That's what every pimp says.
Right?
Well, what can you say? I guess I don't know. Oh
It
man,
ain't easy. It ain't easy.
no. So speaking of our pal James,
Pimping?
who's former guest of the show, also. No, I was being serious. It's, geez, Tony, trying to
Segue,
derail the show.
segue.
Jesus, trying to
That's
make a
what we
segue
need,
here.
segues.
You're derailing me, you son of a. So you joined up with him and the group for the Pod Brothers or Pod Bros,
Yes.
however you want to say it. I don't know.
Pod Brothers, podbrothers.com. Yeah, James and I were talking one day, and we said, hey, why don't we make a site where we can sell our podcast merchandise and paraphernalia?
Right.
Propaganda.
By paraphernalia, Del means use sweatpants.
Yes, exactly. Those are actually on sale right now. Well, I got to wear them. They got to get a little soiled before I sell them.
Nice. Sure,
Anyway,
break her in.
so exactly. So we said, hey, why don't we find let's get a site. Let's go build it so we can have a little storefront on there and sell our shirts or our hoodies, whatever we got, And then once we get that established, once we get that built, then let's start talking to other podcasts, or other friends that we know and invite them. Say, hey, come to our site, So then when I mention on the show, people go to look at my stuff and they, hey, look at this. Oh, there's what Salty Language. Hey, I know them. Hey, what? There's Obscure Gentlemen. Hey, and then all one-stop shop, man.
Yeah.
Love it. So that is our plan, and hopefully we can make that grow.
I love that too because I don't know if you're familiar with, I know you watch wrestling, but there's a website called Pro Wrestling Tees that,
Okay, yeah, I know of it.
yeah, they started a while ago to basically help independent wrestlers have basically a hub to where their fans around the world could buy their gear because,
Wow.
you can't travel to every, you can't get like for stuff for like New Japan or something like that. You wouldn't have a place to get some of those guys' shirts.
True.
And, but the guys retain like the rights and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like the WWE's deal where like a nickel per shirt goes to the guys,
Strong.
Yeah.
And that's what this exactly. So the same thing with this site here, because when a long time ago, Joey and I, we were like, hey, we need some shirts, and we went to Zazzle. Sorry, Zazzle, you bastards. We went there. We went there to create our shirts, and basically, we'll make your shirts for you. Then when someone orders one shirt, they'll pay like $35, and hey, we'll give you like $1. We'll give you like $1 for it. So they keep everything. We get nothing, and what a horrible thing.
And there's all sorts of bad setups out there, and I've seen so many podcasts go through them because you don't have a lot of choice because shirts can be expensive to get up front, and you don't want to get
Google
stuck.
Print to order shirts. That's what you get.
That is tough, right? Because a lot of people are thinking, oh, damn, do I have to have a huge inventory of shirts then, but it's not the case really if you do it right. And James and I have discovered ways to kind of make it work, and that's why we've kind of like extended our hand out to you guys, because maybe you will become a pod brother. I love that.
I'm working on it. Yeah, and we all know the secret, though. I mean, it's child labor. I've seen the pictures of James's kids.
No, that's Mayor. He's not a child.
Oh.
He's just little.
Sorry. I mean, I know he just turned 13 this week, so.
That's true. 13.
He's grown into a man soon.
Someday he'll leave the sweatshop. I don't know.
No, probably not. I don't think he's strong enough to break the chain. He's crafty, though.
Put those nets up like they have at the Apple plant.
Yeah.
If you look closer, it's just a little twist tie from the garbage. It's just a little twist tie around his ankle, and he can't break it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, but what can you do? No, like I said, I love that you guys are doing that, though, because it is so many podcasts out there want shirts and try to do them, and there are so many. Don't get me wrong, there's options that work, but they're not ideal, and they're also not necessarily consistent. At any time these sites could be done, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're screwed,
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Now, when you said consistent, that is something that James and I were talking about. We want to make it so that everybody that is on that site that participates in the Pod Brothers, they buy from the same place. We have the same brand. We have the same quality. So it's across the board.
Yep.
And that is very important there. So you're not having a show come in and he's selling shirts that he's making out of his garage with crayons and on a white Hanes, and you're like, shit. You're going to bring our name down? Yeah.
I'm pretty upset that you're cracking on my skills, Del.
I saw your shirt, man. I saw your shirt. Yeah.
That's it. I guess I'm not making you one.
Well, you can still send it. I'm just not paying for it. You can send it, though.
Oh, that's fine then. Okay. All right. As long as we're in agreement. I just do it for the love of it.
High-end Crayolas, none of that Rosart shit.
No.
Rosart. Oh, I hate those crayons, man. It's like they're the color that you think it's going to be. Then you try to color it. You're like, what the hell is that?
Terrible.
You can't even see. Oh, what?
It really is the giggle talk of crayons.
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is a callback. I
That's
love
nice.
it.
Well played.
I love it.
Well done, sir. Oh, man. All right. Well, I don't know. I was trying to think what else to talk about. Tony, you got anything else for Del here?
I've been thoroughly enjoying all the craft beer talk, and
I know we could probably talk about
else.
that forever, but there's a DM room for that.
Like, ooh, we're talking beer. Excellent.
Is Tony a fan of wrestling too?
I'm a fan of like classic wrestling. I don't watch new stuff.
Well, I didn't for a long time either, but somehow, some way, it pulled me back in. Yep. I love it, man. I can't get enough.
Yep.
This weekend, hey, what's Sunday? Tell me.
Royal Rumble. Got NXT San Antonio on Saturday.
Right. I know, and I hate that I'm not going to any of those.
Yeah.
But still, I'm going to be watching them.
Yeah, well, that's all right. SmackDown was right here we live like a second from Toledo, Ohio, and that's where it was Tuesday. So that and 205 Live were both from Toledo, and I wasn't at either.
205 Live.
It's new. Cruiserweights.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see? No, I don't know how much wrestling you want to talk about right now,
fine.
but
yeah.
Brian, did you see the the UK Championship tournament?
Yeah.
That was awesome, man. I freaking loved it. There were some great characters I can't wait to see come up, man. I mean, the two finalists, man, were amazing.
Yeah,
I love those.
What I enjoyed most about it is it really brings a style that we don't see.
Yeah, the way they started it and everything, shaking the hands.
Yeah.
They slapped the hand away too, whatever.
Right.
But just the way they did it, though, it was a little different. But I mean, there was some great stuff, man, and I truly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see one of them just all of a sudden appear in WWE. I'm like, whoa, I remember him.
I am curious to see how they go from there, because they definitely, unlike the Cruiserweight Classic, when they did that whole tournament, there wasn't really a lot of storyline being built into that show. It was pretty much just, here's the tournament. This one, things were happening that felt like you were watching, the weekly TV shows, like, the one guy attacking other guys, and, like they're setting that up for down the road. So, and I know there's a rumor that WWE kind of wants to do a UK TV show. like that they might do a whole division, kind of like the 205 Live thing, but do it from England. So
okay, well, I thought for the longest time they had the European Championship in.
Yeah.
I thought they were just bring the winner of that over to like a WWE.
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it'd be a shame for them to go through and do all this and then do nothing with it.
Nothing with him, and he's He's only like 19 years old.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tony. Let's talk about something.
You're good.
Let's talk about something, Tony. Tony, tell us more about inflatable animals. Go ahead.
Inflatable animals. They're terrific. You oil them up. You feel nice.
And once again, we go back to that. Was it making a balloon animal sounds?
Exactly.
Hey, Tony, what are you doing in there? He's like, damn it!
Yeah.
Another one.
It's a unicorn.
Damn it, man.
Quit distracting me. These balloons aren't cheap.
Exactly.
So, man,
God damn it.
that one has so many patches on it, so don't worry about that
Yeah.
one.
I got to wait 2 days for Amazon Prime.
The more patches on it, the more times you've used it. That's awesome, man. It's like that must be your favorite.
Yeah,
Right? You got to have favorites in life.
I guess.
Favorite everything. Sure, why not?
All right.
Yeah. I can agree with that statement.
Okay.
There you go.
Fair
Sure.
enough. All right, Del. If I held a proverbial gun to your head and said pick your favorite type of beer, what is it? Is it an easy choice for you?
IPA all the way.
Okay.
I have it in my bio. That's what it says.
That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure
You got
because
a specific IPA?
Not really, man. I love the hoppiness of beers. You know, what's funny is my wife is also starting to enjoy beers as well. So when I go out and I
Nice.
say, "Want me to pick up something?" So I'll pick up something for her, and it'll be a porter too. It'll be something like that, along the lines of what your wife was doing, Tony.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know. So she likes also like the that Kentucky bourbon kind of barrel aged and all that. She likes those too. So it's like those aren't always my favorite. So we're kind of like going two different ways on the beers, but she enjoys it too, and sometimes she keeps track of her stuff on that Untapped as well.
awesome.
So that's kind of fun for us, man.
Sure.
You know? So she'll go out, she'll like, "Hey, I brought you some beers." Like, "Oh, awesome," you know, and then she get some for herself too, in the same way. So I mean,
Yeah, your wife you've shown pictures before. She's brought you quite a haul a few times.
oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And she'll come home and she'll be like, "Hey, look at," and I'm like, look what I got."
Yeah.
And it's just,
There's pictures
out
of
of
Del
nowhere.
just like he's like, "Oh, I love you," and runs up and just hugs the beer, you know.
yeah.
She knows what
Yeah,
she got
you-
into. Yeah,
It's the American Beauty seam instead of rose petals, it's bottle
Right.
caps.
yeah.
It's funny. I do keep all the bottle caps. I got them right here. Not just of the good ones, you know.
Oh, okay.
If it's something else, I'll throw them away. But yeah, I've been saving them. I don't know why. I'm gonna do something eventually with them. I think maybe.
Yeah, I think everyone who gets into beer collects something to do with the beer.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law does the bottle caps. I
Yeah.
do growlers like an idiot. They take up so much room.
God, yeah. I mean, so.
Yeah.
And at one time, I started saying, "Oh, how can I get these labels off and maybe do something?" I was like, "Nah, fine. I just
Yeah, what am I doing?
Yeah, and I was like, "Just forget it. Just forget it. What am I
Yeah.
going to do with them? I'm not going to do anything.
Make a suit out of them.
Maybe
That'd be kind of weird.
No.
Oh, I've got a pile of 12-pack sides that I was like, I can cut out squares and make coasters out of them. That'd be cool because the artwork's so neat.
Right.
Would it be cool?
Tony,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Tony's so arts and craftsy. You know.
I know. I'm so crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could sell them on Pinterest. There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Etsy.
Set up an
On
Etsy store.
Yeah.
There you go.
Giggle talk
That's
on
it, man.
Etsy. Yeah.
Excellent.
I am so glad that I'm not. Imagine that. Imagine I wouldn't even be on this show right now if my show's name was Giggle Talk. You know.
Well, in fairness, if you were on the show, we would probably. Well, we were making fun of it anyway, but we'd probably be directing it at you rather than
true.
just the show. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had nothing to do with it, and I made them change it. So then, you see, I can like.
You're the hero of the story.
Yeah, that's true.
I rode in on that horse, just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, geez.
yeah.
It's
A
just-
hero. I like that.
Well, it'd be tough to, recommend the show to people too. Be like, hey, what podcast do you listen to? Oh man, I can't get enough of Giggle Talk. Be like, what? Like,
Yeah.
what?
But
You
they
know-
try to make it cool. GT Pod. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'll just G talk,
Yeah.
Hey, G talk, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like gangsta? Like, no,
Yeah.
giggling,
Come on over.
but
Yeah.
Talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up G talk. Giggle talk, dude? Really? Giggle talk? I was like,
Oh man,
man.
so funny because
Hey, I just had some. This is gonna sound stupid, man. I was looking for it right now because you were talking about the, just hey, come listen to G Talk and all whatever. But I was online. I was looking around, and I went to that Vistaprint, and I made me some cards to kind of promote the show.
Yeah.
I had done this in the past, but it still had Joey's name on it, so. I made some new ones, and they came out awesome, dude.
No, you just do the classy thing, which is you just marker out his name.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was just like, maybe I could just
delete,
white out on the top, right? No, it didn't look good. So he just came in the mail today, and those are awesome because you'd be surprised how many times I'm out at bars or whatever like that, and people will talk like, "What do you They maybe they see my shirt or something, and then it comes up, and then. Whoop, here's a card. Boom. Then you can know where to watch. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So think about that. Do that.
Plus, then you can inconspicuously give away your info to women at the bars.
No, I don't need it.
No, I'm kidding.
You
I'm
do.
Kidding.
You do.
You're right. I do. You're absolutely right. I do.
Get on it, Brian.
All right, let's go.
I'm kind of giving you a hint. Go get some cards, man. It's awesome.
Oh, we have cards. Yeah, we have cards.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, I like to drop them too, like at bars. You just kind of throw them on the bar thing, bloop, 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 bloop.
Well, that's what
needless.
Tony's been doing that with our stickers.
Yeah, we went on a pub crawl in Jamaica, and I glittered salty language stickers everywhere.
Yeah, at one of the beer fests, there's one inside a porta toilet.
Yeah,
where'd you get yours from, man? Was it Sticker Mule, or was it?
It was some. Oh, God, that sounds like a terrible name, Sticker Mule.
Yeah, I know. That's what James told me about it, and they have some awesome stickers, but that's a weird name, Sticker Mule.
Right? Like, no, I don't remember where I ordered from, but it was something dopey. Like, once again, Google, like, where can I get stickers from?
Giggle Stick or something like that.
I'm starting to think you need to have like a limited release retro Giggle Talk shirt.
Yeah, maybe. Man,
it's not a bad idea. That's a Patreon thing right there.
That's you know what though? But I was never under Giggle Talk. I was the first guest of Giggle Talk, but I don't know. I'll think about that. That's pretty funny though.
Maybe we'll make Giggle Talk shirts.
Are y'all gonna be making a new logo coming up soon?
Actually am working on it right now. I sent Tony some really prelim ideas tonight because remember I told you I didn't quite have anything down. Yeah. So now I kind of do.
Idea. Yeah. Did you try the idea that I gave you? I love it. In my mind, I see it perfect. I just I've not done nothing, but it's not my show, so that's why I don't care.
Right. No. I actually didn't. I had another idea that came to me last night, so I kind of just was going down that road. So
cool. That's good. Even better. So it has nothing to do with me. You can claim all the glory on your own. Right. On because it's my idea. I would have told everybody.
Yeah.
My shirt. I thought of that.
Right.
Definitely would have done that. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's no good. That's why we always have people sign waivers when they talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can just steal their ideas openly. Yeah,
naturally.
No. I signed nothing. I'm going to talk to my agent about that.
Oof.
And lawyer.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do, right? So
nothing.
All right.
Nothing at all.
Well, I think we should probably wrap it up here because we're, about where we usually do when we stop. So that's, whatever. Cool. Do you want to tell everyone all the places that they can find Mr. Del Freaky?
Oh my God! You know what? Why don't you do a Google search on Beyond the 140 one of these days, and you will see all the shit that pops up. It is amazing.
Right.
After years of Beyond the 140, it comes up. It's awesome. You'll see people with Beyond the 140 shirts. You'll see pictures of me naked on a rug. You'll see. That's not true.
Sure. Well, you weren't totally nude. I mean,
Oh no, it had pasties on my eyes. And but besides that, you can listen to Beyond the 140 on iTunes, on Stitcher, on SoundCloud is mostly what I use, and that's even the same thing I use on my website. So you can go to bt140.com and you can check out the archives of all the people that have been on the show before, and you can check out the latest show around that front page there. It's an awesome thing. And one last thing, if you enjoy what you hear, BT140. Then go visit a Patreon. That's something that you guys need to check out, man. Have you all heard about this before?
Yep.
Patreon.com. Yeah, it's a awesome place to help support shows doing what we're doing, man.
Yeah.
Because you know what? This stuff is not free.
No.
People can listen to it free, but on our side, there's a few expenses. So it's nice. It's nice when people enjoy what they hear and they want to help, $1, $2, whatever. If they actually say, hey, I'll give you $2 a month, that helps.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Adds up.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, it does.
I love it. And it's a great thing. I wish I would have done when I first started this.
Yeah.
But
yeah, me too. Oh, you know what?
Thank you all
Before we
for
go back
everything.
we go into like your plugs here, there's one more thing I forgot that I wanted to mention about BT140 to anyone listening, which is that each week on your show, all three of you pick tweets based on a theme. And the winners, sometimes or generally get prize, a coupon off of shirts or something, you usually give away. I don't want to be too specific. That way I'm not pigeonholing any, cornering you on anything.
This week I am giving away a free shirt. You're right.
So, and you post that on the BT140 or Beyond the 140 on Twitter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
or it's
each
on the
week,
website, actually, the theme is. So.
Well, yeah, you're right. It works on both sides. So on Twitter at Beyond the 140, I will the pin tweet. It'll be the first tweet on the feed there.
Yeah.
The pin tweet will have the reply, have a request to say, hey, reply to this tweet with all your, like this week it's going to be Google tweets, anything having to do with Google. So you can reply to that, and they'll all start stacking up there, and then I will pick one. My co-host will pick one. My guest will pick one. And one of those will win a free BT140 shirt this week, and the other two will get coupons towards a purchase of an OG, an original. The what are those guys called again, gentlemen?
Original Giggle Talk.
Original Giggle Talk.
Yeah,
guys, that's what it is. I love that.
Yes, please.
Talk shirts, or I love that, or Beyond the 140 shirts. Yeah. Anyway, yes, awesomeness. Come play with me. Come hang with me every Tuesday night. Live. I love it.
Yeah, that too. I completely forgot to mention that as we were talking about the show being live and watching it and stuff. But yeah, if you go to BT140 on the right-hand side of the page, there's a thing that says, was it audio, video, I think it is, the button?
Yeah, it's a live audio, video chat.
Yeah.
Too, because all those, it's interaction, man. It's great. Good time.
If you ever need any help, anyone listening, I'm generally in there, so you can always message me if you need help figuring it out too. So
thanks.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Del, where else can all the childrens find all the freaky things?
Oh man, all my freaky stuff. That's a whole different show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
But
and website.
Pretty much. Yes, exactly. I pretty much said it all there, Brian. I mean, that's it. Go to either at I am Del Freaky or at Beyond the 140 on Twitter, or go to www.bt140.com, and you will find all you need to know in those three happy places.
Right. And the shirt site again, it's podbros.com.
Pod Brothers, actually.
Oh, it's Brothers? Okay, I thought it was just Bros. Okay.
Podbrothers.com will take you to all the awesome comic and podcast apparel you could ever want or need.
Yeah. Except for the very popular BT140 beer shirt. So.
Oh, that's right. The beer shirt sold out. And I've talked about ordering some more, and people are like, no, it was a special thing. Don't ruin it, limited edition. And I'm like, well, but I love that shirt.
I know, right?
I want more of it too. I only have one of those, and I want more of them, for myself.
It's a great shirt.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, Aaron from The Obscure Gentleman did the design work on that. And that kid's got all the talent in the world. So,
oh man,
I'm so jealous.
Great drawings on all of this stuff, man. Straight up old school comic book style and everything. I love it, man.
Right, but enough about Obscure Gentleman. I'm tired of plugging them tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, original Giggle Talk, whatever they are.
From now on.
If this wasn't an enthusiast episode, I'm pretty sure it'd be titled Giggle Talk.
It would, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely would. So, all right, Del, well, thanks for joining us. This has been a blast. We'll have to do it again down the road sometime or whatever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would love to, man. Yeah. Anytime you have a fun topic or something you want me to chime in on, I'll be here.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, shit.
We all sit down with beers.
Yes.
And critique and drink the beers.
It has to be beers that we've never tried before.
Excellent.
That's easy enough to do.
3 beers we've never tried before, all in front of us. We open. Oh, I love that.
Say,
I'm down.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep. Drinking beer, podcasting, I'm in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, sorry, Del. We didn't mean to twist your arm on that.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
Coercion.
No, sir, not gonna do it.
All right.
Yes, I accept. Again, I accept those terms.
Excellent.
Fair enough. Like I said, thanks for joining us. It's been a good time, man. And, so now we've each been on each other's show. This is good times here. Now all I got to do is kick Tony off, and then you can come be my co-host for an episode.
Oh, shit.
It happens. You'd be surprised how many times I've pushed someone aside to take their spot. It's just what I do. It's my thing.
Once again, hero to story.
Yep.
Once again, I'm the good guy. I wear white, man. Just right in.
Yep.
Look at that. That's it. You're done. Sorry, Tony. Nice knowing you, bud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dell's the guy that shoves the
fun.
Boy Scout out of the way and then helps the old lady across the street.
I got this. And
Yeah.
push him down.
What a nice young man.
I like that. I want to take all the glory. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry, Tony. It's just that it's true. Brian had sent me a message. He said he wanted to co-host with more hair, and I'm sorry, dude.
Well,
Had me.
there's nothing
Yeah.
I can do there.
Well, when I was-
take my shirt off, maybe.
Let's
You
not
got me
do
beat there.
that.
I got no hair on my chest, dude. Nothing. So you
There
got
we
me.
go.
Well, he got those eyebrows, though. I mean, what are you going to do? So,
Oh,
That's true.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
in trouble now.
I'm bumming.
yeah.
That's right. God give us gifts, and we make the best of them.
Yeah. That's the real reason everyone tunes in every
That
week.
was my gift, right? He's like, I will give you the gift, to someday cure cancer. I'll give you the gift to you get eyebrows. I'll give you the gift. God, wait, can I get something else, please?
He was drunk when he gave out yours, like eyebrows.
Yeah, eyebrows, I guess. Leave me alone. I got head.
And right after that, he made the platypus. He was just
Yeah.
like in a good weird that night. He was
Yeah.
just like,
He like slaps a dude. He's like, Chad. Give this dude eyebrows.
Yeah, look what I did. And it's a baby with my full eyebrows. Right? Look what I did to that baby. Look what I did to that baby.
Yeah.
How funny is that, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, that's been scary, man. Oh gosh. All right. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, guys. It was fun. I anytime you need me, I'll be here. I promise you.
I like this idea of the Untasted Beers show.
That does sound fun, man.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I like this idea too.
Good. Then that means it's going to come to life.
All right.
Indeed.
So it is written. So,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Just like them eyebrows.
Eyebrow. You can't take your eyes off them now, huh? Yeah,
It's all I'm focused on.
Yeah, Tony's pants are just soaked right now.
It's true.
yeah. Are you
Just I
wearing?
haven't got up for a bathroom break.
I love it, man. I wanted to see the tight gray sweatpants. That's what we need to do. That's the new look, man. I'm going to bring that look back. I don't know if it ever was. I don't know.
I was
Never
like, bring it back.
mind. I'll bring it sexy back, man. That's it.
Oh boy, the Del Freaky brand sweatpants,
Freaky.
Say BT 140 across the ass.
I
obviously,
like that.
or Giggle Talk, depending on if which one you
Giggle
get.
It just says giggle in the butt. I think
Yeah.
that'd be good. I like that. Just giggle.
Right, super tight sweatpants marketed to men with giggle on the ass. Yeah,
Oh man! And then it comes with a marker so you can trace your
Right.
dick.
Obviously.
It comes with one Sharpie.
yep.
Exactly.
It comes with Rosart crayons so you can trace your dick. Callbacks.
Damn
Keep
it.
calling them back, man. I love it.
We're not using
It
those
all fits
crayons.
together.
Those are not the
Maybe
official
just
crayons.
a patch of like hypercolor, right? So it can
Oh,
just
jeez.
outline itself.
Oh man! Every time the heat from my crotch, my pants would always be different color right there around my crotch.
Right.
Right?
What are you gonna do? Sorry. That's how you know I like you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What color is a hypercolor? It's like a mood ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So get away from him. Get away from him, honey. His crotch is angry.
Well, you see those eyebrows,
I should have known that. You should have
Yeah.
known he's got an angry crotch.
right? Well, that's the weirdest part. Is Dell's like pubes. He has eyebrows there. Like that's all he can grow. It's just.
Well, no, I shaved
Eyebrows.
him into eyebrows.
Oh, okay. I thought that's all you could grow. All right.
And I shaved him into angry eyebrows. Actually.
Well,
That's
of
even
course.
more intimidating, Because when you pull on your pants, they're like, "Whoa, why is it so angry?" It's like, well, you better make them happy. That's That's what I said.
I mean, always admired a dark patch.
Oh, jeez.
Call back from the show we just recorded.
Yeah, that's a whole. Dell knows nothing about that.
But I can't help it.
It was still funny though. Dark patch. It sounded funny to me.
It's
So
not
I
tough
laughed.
to figure out,
What?
but yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm thinking it's getting warm in here. I'm having an aneurysm. I don't know what's happening.
No, that's what Dell's eyebrows are doing to you.
Oh,
You're
That's good enough.
getting the vapors, Tony.
the papers.
The power of brows compels you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh man.
Nice.
All right. Well, yeah. One last time here, Dell. Thank you to you and your eyebrows for joining us
Yes.
tonight. So,
Thank
Good.
you.
and
If ever you need to have my eyebrows on the show without me, let me know. I'll try to make that happen.
all right, yeah, that's fair. As long as they work for the standard rate, we can't afford to pay extra. So,
No, they got a different agent. I don't know. I don't know what they charge.
Jeez, always with this.
Kind of
Never
divas.
mind
Those
them.
guys.
Yeah,
Kind of divas.
forget it. Yeah, I'll just get James. It's close enough.
That's true. We're almost the same guys.
Yeah, it's
kind
weird.
of true.
It's like me and David. Yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah. You and David. That's true.
yep.
Me too.
So, all right, man. Well, thanks a lot, and we will talk to you soon.
Definitely.
Thanks, guys.
Goddamn, Brian, that was a fun little interview. Actually, I don't call it an interview, more like a chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to bring up one thing.
What's that?
Giggle talk.
Right.
If we didn't have to name it the enthusiast Del Freaky, I would just love to call it Giggle Talk, which I think I said in the interview.
Yeah, you did.
I think.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. Because, wow, giggle talk, huh?
Giggle Talk.
Kids these days. That's why it's important to know what you're naming your podcast. Yeah,
It's
give it
true.
a nice robust name like Salty Language.
Damn straight. God,
Mhm.
it's robust.
I know. Our name.
I swished it.
Well, go ahead.
It was like I swished it in my goblet and inhaled the robustness.
I was gonna say it's so manly. Our show name has chest hair,
It does.
Yeah.
Indeed.
and it wears open shirts to show it off, along with
Yes.
its tight slacks, of course.
Yeah. Well, of course, which probably display its big, heavy balls.
Of course.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, with that, Dell's links are, he covered all those in the show. But for us, of course, go to saltylanguage.com where all the things are. And we hope you enjoyed the episode. Let us know what you think. And also leave us a 5-star review over on iTunes if you would.
5-star ball wash.
Damn right. So until next time, have beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And I just can't get over giggle talk.
You know who giggles good? Annalise.
That's true. You're right. Take it away, Annalise.
Enthusiast this.